Okay, sorry for that. I had to get a better connection. Right, so once again, I'm Dr. Tunde from Vinci Hair Clinic, and today we'll be speaking. We'll be speaking to one of our friends. Her name is Jasmine, and Jasmine is the founder behind Heroic Alopecia Foundation. And for those who don't know what alopecia means hair loss, all right? Hair loss. So some other people call it baldness. But today we'll be speaking to, I said, Jasmine, and Jasmine will be telling us about her story, how she has been able to cope with alopecia, how our foundation has been able to help those who have alopecia areata. So let's see if I can get Jasmine here. So she's the founder of the Heroic Alopecia Foundation. So Jasmine, if you're here online, can you just wave at us? Let's see. So if Jasmine is here, just wave and then I can add you up briefly. So a short introduction about Vinci Hair Clinic. We are a hair restoration clinic and we have branches in different parts of the world. And about 6 years ago, luckily this is going to be our 6th year anniversary. We're now in Africa. The first clinic we had was in Lagos, and then we decided to have another one in Abuja, and then we went on to Ghana in Accra. So we have 3 clinics basically in Africa now. So if you have issues with your hair, if you have patches of hair loss, your hair is shedding too much, and you have complaints about your hair, so feel free to reach us. You can send us a DM. You can reach us on WhatsApp. If you check the bio, Vinci Hair Nigeria, Vinci Hair Ghana, you'll see our contacts and you can easily reach us and we can consult with you. Consultation is free, so why not? Give us a call. So hi, I can see a wave from Sabina, Diamora, Priscilla. Hi everyone, let me check once again. Oh yeah, I can see the Heroic Alopecian. So I'm going Heroic Alopecian here. Once again, her name is Jasmine. Oh yeah, I can see you. So I've added you, Jasmine, and we are waiting for you to join so that we can be able to have this conversation. All right, people are already asking, going bald, I need to grow my hair. All right, Mr. Umarudiko, what you need to do is send us a DM and let's consult. Hi, Jasmine.
Hi, good evening.
Wow, it's so nice to see you on a Friday like this. How has your week been?
Very well, thank you.
All right, all right. So everyone meets Jasmine. Jasmine is the founder and the motivation behind the Heroic Alopecia Foundation. So, Jasmine, I'm just going to let you talk to the viewers. Why don't you tell us about yourself and tell us about your foundation?
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Jasmine Tolulope Ogunbodede. I'm a creative artist. I do textile design, basically. I just enrolled for graffiti. I'm having a graffiti training at the moment. So, generally, I do art, and I'm also an Alopecian, as we all know. I started losing my hair sometime in 2014, over 15 years
Okay,
ago. Yeah,
okay,
I used to have a very long hair, like very, very long hair before now.
okay,
And then all of a sudden, nothing happened. I don't know. Well, I never can tell. I can't tell rather what triggered the loss of hair,
okay,
but it just started all of a sudden. And then there was no internet that much. Like people didn't really have access to internet like we do now. So
okay.
yeah, the information was limited. We didn't know what it was. Everybody thought it was a spiritual attack because my hair was falling off in patches.
Oh
It
wow,
was just a
spiritual attack.
tiny patch. Yeah, initially it was just a tiny patch. I went to make my hair as usual on a weekend, and then the stylist noticed it, and she was like, "What happened to your scalp? this part is shiny. It's different from every other part. So I overlooked because I thought it was just a normal thing and it would grow back. Because I never used to add extra stuff to my hair back then. My hair was good, so I just felt okay, it would grow back in no time. And then the next time I visited the salon again, she noticed another bald patch.
Okay.
So I had to go home because then I was in my first year in school. I had to go home. I complained to my mom. She bought one hair cream like that. I can't really remember. It's yellow in color. It's not smooth. It has some rough stuff in it. I can't sulfur or something. I don't know. But it has sulfur in it. The content has sulfur, or one of the contents rather is sulfur. So she got that for me, and I started applying it on those parts. But before I could say Jack, other bald patches started coming up, here and there.
Okay.
And when I went back home for Easter break, my mom decided that we should take everything all off so that by the time the hair grows back, everything will grow back evenly. But that was the last time I saw my hair grow. Like, that was the end of my hair. My hair stopped growing, and that was it. And then everybody became worried. We started going from this church to another church because there's always this family friend or this relative that would say it's not ordinary, it's a spiritual attack. The part that got me was one pastor that said somebody took my hair to the ocean. I took my hair to the ocean to pay a certain amount. My mom needs to pay a certain amount for him to do some prayer arrangements and all that. And we were just going back and forth. Nothing happened.
Wow.
I met with a dermatologist. I don't know if truly he was a dermatologist, but then that was what he said he was, and I trusted him with my scalp. He started using what's it called now?
Is it corticosteroids?
No, not steroids. I didn't even get any steroid shots.
Okay.
It was an disinfectant.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Disinfectant. I don't know the brand.
So he was actually using the disinfectant to
it was a long time
treat
ago.
the case of alopecia.
Yes, he used it on my scalp. It was so painful and peppery, it was just using it.
Wow.
And then he placed me on a wrong prescription of drug. Was it dexamethasone or something? Yeah, I think that's the name of the tab. So every time I got 1 mg, I'll take five tablets as one dose. Every time I got 0.5 mg, I'll take 10 as one dose. And I noticed that I started my memory started diminishing. Like I started losing my mind. Yeah, I became aggressive. I became touchy. I had this mood swing. Like when I'm in the midst of people, I get easily irritated. I became suicidal at some point.
Wow.
Yeah, I became suicidal at some point, and thank God for people around. Thank God for my family. Maybe I would have been a forgotten story by now. And so it's been tough. Like my alopecia journey has not been a funny one. Like it was up and down, here and there. Until 2015, I got access to the internet because I want to work with a mobile company. I was like, I should make good use of this. So I decided to go online to do a research because I never stumbled on anyone or I never came across anyone who had the same
conditions.
Yeah. So I thought I was in the struggle alone. So I decided to go online to do the research, because someone once mentioned the word alopecia to me, but the person just mentioned it. The person didn't give me a cure option or a treatment option or something. So I just ignored. I was looking out for someone to tell me this is what you can use for your hair to grow back. But I remember that word. Then I went online, I did my research, and I started seeing white people. I started seeing people without hair. I started seeing people with bald patches. And then I started reading their stories. I took my time to read their stories. There's this lady, I stumbled on her page, Rachel Regal.
Okay.
In the course of following her page, I noticed her daughter has alopecia as well. She has alopecia. Her daughter has alopecia as well. And I noticed the way she tries to grow the child's confidence. Like she tries to help the child gain so much confidence that nobody can tell her down or talk her down, So I started looking up to her. I started following her. Like every time I'm online, I'm on her page because she posts daily updates about how her daughter is faring with the condition and all that. So she became my support system, kind of. And then I looked around. I discovered that when I needed support around me, nobody stood up for me. All I was just hearing was negative comments here and there, So I decided I was going to be a support for other people. I was going to be that support that other people might need here in Nigeria, because I searched and I didn't see any support group here in Nigeria. All the group I saw online was either from Europe or America, but not in Nigeria. So the name just came up. I woke up one morning and the name Heroic Alopecian came up. So I decided to move with it. I created an account. I started posting my pictures. I started picking alopecia facts from other support accounts, support pages. I was reposting. And then I decided I was going to do a documentary, I realized with time that word of mouth does not really go far. And then a lot of people don't read that much. So I decided to do.
That's true.
I decided to make a video so that no matter how short, so that people can see and understand where I'm coming from. But the video went bad. Like the deal didn't go well between the director and I, because he brought in a third party who didn't know what alopecia was, and everything just went foul. They made a joke out of it. Actually, they turned it to a comedy skit, and I didn't take it lightly with them. So the whole back and forth, the whole argument and everything online. So in the course of that, one started coming out, because while the argument was online, online, the director started making jests, like he was calling us. They became like a team, and they started talking me down. They started saying all sorts of ridiculous stuff. That period was tough for me because I went back into my shell slightly, and it was a traumatic period for me. But somehow I still had that enough to post. Other alopecians started coming online to talk about how they lost their hair and all that. So someone joined. That's my deputy at the moment. Her name is Moshida. She joined the foundation. I traveled all the way, because I'm based in Kaduna. I traveled all the way to Ogun State to meet her for the first time. We took pictures. We had a photo shoot. We posted. Other people started coming.
Oh, that's awesome.
And at the moment, we have over 30 members in Nigeria and a few others from other countries. Yeah.
That's interesting. That's a long way. I mean, you have a very admirable story, because I could see how the progression went and what you did, to try to resolve the situation. You see, this is why we need to be careful at times. When we have issues with our hair, we want to refer to specialists, people who know about this,
Yeah.
So it's why I encourage guys, look, if you have issues with your hair, meet with the specialist that deals with hair. And I mean, sorry about the situation, the pastor situation where they had to take it to the ocean. It's quite hilarious, but this happens. And I mean, I'm pretty happy with the fact that your family was able to at least give you that support throughout the entire period,
Yeah.
And one very good thing that you did, I must tell you, is that you went online to research and then you decided to find quality information. You checked the right places, and surprise, surprise, you realized that you were not alone, because I work in a
Yeah.
hair clinic and I can tell you I've seen people with this kind of hair loss. Okay,
Wow.
and yes, if there is a way to fix it, definitely I'm sure you would take the option, but in a situation where at the moment there's really nothing we can do, the next thing that happens, what should we do? And I like the fact that you decided to, you mentioned that you went for a photo shoot. I've been on
Yeah.
your page, by the way, and I've
Wow.
seen some of the paintings that you put right there on there.
Yeah.
Very beautiful. Did you draw them
Thank
by
you.
yourself?
No, one of my trainees did.
One of your trainees did. So that is awesome. I mean, I saw it and I felt, okay, this is a very nice photo shoot. Maybe I need to, one of this, probably we should take a picture together one of these times. And really,
Sure.
it's encouraging to a lot of people. And some people out there are still hiding, thinking, how do I
Yeah.
cope with this? Do I come out with this? But when they come to your page and they see what you're doing, indeed, they'll be very pleased. By the
Yeah, I
way,
got some
there's something.
testimony. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's something called, I don't know if you've researched about it, it's called the microscalp pigmentation. Because when I had
Yeah.
a client that came to my clinic with the same condition, um, hair loss, and she didn't even have eyebrows, and I
Like me.
couldn't get hair from the donor area. Unfortunately, your oh, okay. Well, that's still looking pretty. Oh, yeah, unfortunately, your friend cannot give you hair, your cousin cannot donate hair, your parents cannot donate
Yeah.
hair. Only you can donate hair to yourself. The individual has to be his own hair donor. So for there to be a transplant, we need donor hair. If there's no donor hair, we can't do a transplant. So I
Yeah, I was
recommended she
once
should
at
have.
your clinic.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
was
you were
once at
once
your
our.
clinic. Yes, two
All
years
right.
ago, 5th of November,
Oh, that's
2018.
awesome.
Yeah. The one in Abuja.
But that's all. Oh, okay. Okay, so what we typically recommend is the so-called microscalp pigmentation. It's essentially like a scalp tattoo. So what we do is we put dots on the scalp and try to recreate the look of a shaved head. So that's what we do, just to give that frame. So some of our clients actually do go for this, but I'm liking the angle that you're also bringing up, where you can put paintings around, and the photo shoots, they all came out nice. I like to say, well done,
Thank you.
congratulations, and
Thank you.
indeed, you are doing a very noble thing. You are doing a great thing, encouraging people out there. That is very, very awesome. And to those people, the management that didn't accept your proposal, I'll say it's their loss, because they will have probably been a part of this great movement. But thank you,
Yeah,
thank you,
true.
thank you, Jasmine. Thank you, Jasmine. But one thing I also like to ask is this: now your followers actually, how actually do they react to this situation? Because I know that feeling of shock, like, oh, I'm losing my hair. It all starts as a patch and then eventually it joins together. So how do you reach out to them? How do you, and
Okay,
also if there are people out there who want
majorly,
to join your foundation, how can
I'll
they actually?
sorry, I didn't get your last question. Network is a bit shaky.
All right. So basically I was asking, there are people out there, some who still want to join your foundation. All right. So how do they
Yeah.
join? Do they just go on your Instagram page or your Facebook page? Is there a number to call? So how can they reach you? That's what I'm asking.
Oh, okay. Okay. How we've gotten those members, it's been messages most times. Most of them send DM on our page, and then we share a number that they could send a message to. We
Okay.
share a number with them. Once they send us a message, we ask if they want to be a part of the foundation, and once they say yes, we add them to a group that we've created also online. So
Okay.
that's where it's like a safe place for alopecians, for men
Mm-hmm.
and women who have the condition. It's a place where we give ourselves support. Like every morning, we send motivations, send messages to reach out to them to let them know they are not alone. Like
Okay.
recently, testimonies have been coming from members. There's this lady who just joined us. She's had it for uh, she was 17 when she had it, and she's 43 years old now. And she
Wow.
said, in her words, she has never opened her hair for anybody to see. In fact, she just opened up to her daughter recently because the hair loss was the reason she's not more. Like, she lost her marriage because she doesn't have, and I think her daughter was quite young, so she has been hiding it from even her daughter until she stumbled on my page and she got the courage to open up, and she's liking her new life. That feeling. There's this feeling
That's
of liberation where you don't have to hide anymore. So basically,
mm-hmm.
what we do in the foundation is to help people build their confidence. Is to help them live their life the way they are. Is to
Okay.
make them have the sense of belonging that even if you don't have hair, it is not the end of life. Alopecia is
Okay.
not a death sentence. Don't look down on
Honest,
yourself.
that's
Be
true.
yourself. Everybody won't like you. That's the truth. But once
That's
you
the
sense
truth.
that, okay, I'm in a place where people don't like me, you exclude yourself. You don't have to be there, you know. And
Mm-hmm.
then you have to believe in yourself first for other people to believe in you. So basically, what we do is to create that self-confidence in them. And so far,
Yeah.
it's been awesome. It's been an awesome journey so far. Soon, our website will be ready. We'll go fully online where people can interact with us part time, and we're open
Okay.
to new members. We really want to help people. We really want to reach out to
Okay.
people because I've heard a lot of sad stories. I heard of a woman in Benue State who died recently because she had alopecia. Her family members rejected
Wow.
her. So,
That's very sad.
yeah, she was isolated. Yeah, she was
That's
isolated.
sad.
They kept her in a place all by herself, no food, nothing. They tagged her a witch.
Mm.
They said it's the repercussion of her wickedness that made her lose her hair. And that's just ignorance because they've never heard of it, they've never seen it before, and because she also is not informed, she allowed all that to get into her, and then
Mm-hmm.
eventually she died. I also heard of some little girls in Benin. I actually traveled all the way to Benin, I think 3 years ago, yeah, 2017, just
Mm-hmm.
to meet with those kids. Because in 2017, I did a program with my friend, in collaboration with my friend. He's also an artist. His name is Jesse Josh. He supported
Okay.
the movement. Yeah, we did a little community outreach. It was draining because it was just the two of us. It was really draining. I traveled all the way to Benin to meet with the parents of those kids because they tagged them witches. And I heard they had time that they used broom to flog them because they believe that when they do that, the the witchcraft in them would would leave them. They are possessed.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they are losing their hair. It was
That's terrible.
a terrible, yeah, it was a terrible story. Like I cried when I saw them. And here
Wow.
in Kaduna too, there are some communities that when I was doing my aware, because I don't take alopecia awareness for granted. Every September, I put it upon myself to reach out as much as I can. So if you're close to me, if I'm talking to you, I'm talking about alopecia. If I'm doing anything, it's about alopecia awareness. So some people around me told me about some kids in their community who have same
Mm-hmm.
conditions. So I took out time to go there. Some of their parents still believe it's spiritual. Like one of the kids I visited, his dad is a pastor. The man didn't even allow me to take picture of his daughter because he said um, the head of their church won't be happy with that. So he doesn't want to um, let his daughter's picture go out there. So he said we shouldn't worry, that he's been praying about it and the hair is going to be restored. Though on my part, I haven't done any follow up, but
Okay.
yeah, I might just decide to do that before September ends. But I've done a couple of community outreach. I've been able to talk to people about the condition, and
Okay.
yeah, I think I would say in general there's progress. We might not be
That's
doing
good.
so well because
Mm-hmm.
there are a lot of factors, but then I'm doing all that
Okay.
I can. My colleagues too in the foundation are also they are really supportive. They've been doing good. My deputy Moshuda is a
Okay.
very good support. Like, she's been doing well. There's Nkoyo, there's Modupe, there's Nifi. They are busy. They are bankers. Before now they were hiding. They didn't want people to know they had this condition. But the moment they had an encounter with Heroic Alopecian Foundation, their confidence level is there. I'm happy about that, because it's not a good thing when you live in denial. You don't let how other people feel or what other people think about you to control your lifestyle, because first of all you're here on earth to live your life. So if you're not living it to the fullest, then life is meaningless eventually. And
Sure.
because we don't
Sure.
want them to live a meaningless life, we try to help them boost their confidence, and it's been an awesome
Okay.
journey so far.
That's great. That's great. Wow. Nice to hear your story. Well, I have some questions here because people keep writing. I don't know if you've been
Okay.
noticing. So let's just
Yeah.
attempt to answer a couple.
Okay.
All right. So the first one says, what are the causes of alopecia? Let me try to answer that. You will take the
Okay.
next question.
Okay.
Alopecia, once again, for those who don't know, simply means hair loss. Some people say it's baldness, all right? And it could have several causes. The most common cause of alopecia is the genetics. If it's in the family, if the father is bald, there's a tendency that the son also is going to be bald. All right, that is called male pattern baldness or androgenetic alopecia. You must have seen it around. That hair loss that usually the hair is receding from the front or probably from the middle. So very common in men. If you pick 10 men, you probably see 3 or 4 of them who have this kind of hair loss. So that is male pattern baldness. It is genetic. There is also one of the ladies called female pattern hair loss, where the hair loss actually the hair begins to thin in the middle. Okay. Usually, if the mom or a lady in the family had that kind of condition, usually somebody in the family, also a child, also could end up having that maybe in the 30s or in the 40s, and that was genetic hair loss. Now there is also hair loss as a result of bad hair practices. The common one in Africa is the so-called traction alopecia, aka mama Iko, tight hairstyles. Also, people actually do this bonding or do the hair. So when you're taking it and taking it off, it uproots the hair. And once the follicles are out and the root is out, unfortunately, that patch is not going to grow back. That is traction alopecia. Then, of course, there is hair loss as a result of medications that are being taken, as a result of chemotherapy, as a result of excessive use of relaxers. So these exist. And now the case, what we're talking about today, alopecia areata. Somebody wants to know. I don't know. I believe you've done some research, and you could probably tell some of our listeners here the cause of alopecia areata. Jasmine.
Okay. In the course of my research, like you said, is genetic. But another thing I found out is it has to be in the gene of both parents. That
Okay.
the father and the mother have to
Okay.
have it in their gene for their
Okay.
offspring to have it as well. So because
Okay.
it's polygenic, is that what it's called? Polygenic or something. I
Okay.
stumbled on that word. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
areata happens in patches. People
Okay.
who have alopecia areata don't have complete baldness. They just have it in patches. And because some people are so
Mm-hmm.
attached to their
So,
hair, they don't want to let it out. they keep
Okay.
managing it like that. We have a
Okay.
member in our foundation that managed alopecia areata for about 11 years or so. She was on dreads before she started losing her hair. She
Okay.
had dreads on, yeah, before she started having bald patches to her dreads.
Okay.
And she had a creative way of making it look full all the time. So at some point she got tired and she took everything out. And most times I noticed that Beretta, once they take it all out, everything drops, except they consult um, a professional in that field. They might be able to get remedies. So in a nutshell, for people who have alopecia
Okay.
areata, if they attend to it early enough, then there's every possibility that their hair
Yes.
would grow
Yes.
back. I think Vinci does that too.
Yes. That's
I
true.
got to know about Vinci Hair Clinic very late. So when I had that
Oh,
appointment,
okay.
yeah, the doctor told me that it might not grow back. But
Okay.
if I had come earlier, maybe they would have been able
Okay.
to find solutions to
Right.
the problem. So
Help.
to an extent, alopecia areata has what's it called now? Like a treatment that could make the hair grow back if attended to in good time. I don't
In
know if
good
I
time.
answered that
Right. So
properly.
in addition to what is no, you did answer the question. I
Okay.
like the part
Okay.
where you mentioned that it grows in patches. You know, people
Yeah.
have this kind of situation and they just feel, like you said, maybe some curse from a dark world and they don't even go to the right person to
Yeah.
discuss. So, really, if they could, probably if they could come down to the clinic and we could have a look at what's that patch of hair loss. Yeah, and you mentioned on something, the treatment. Basically, the cause, if we look at the scientific explanation, is something called autoimmune. It's an autoimmune condition.
Yeah.
Now, so the body in error attacks the hair follicles. It happens in error,
Yeah. The
and
immune
when it
system
does that,
attacks the body
yeah. So in this
instead of
case, is
protecting it.
protected. Yeah, so it's attacked and patches appear at first, but later on, these patches fuse together and they just create a wide area of baldness. But anyways, I mean, if they come
Yeah.
early, yes, we can begin to treat with something called corticosteroids. We could also give them medications like Maxagain. And but in this situation, really, I'm a person, I'm an optimist. I never say never. When you come down to Vinci Hair Clinic, what we always want to do is we always want to provide a solution. We never want to tell a person, I mean, that's the end. And
Yeah.
it is something that you are already doing actually, which is a tattoo. If you go, I mean, I'm encouraging people here, go onto Jasmine's page. It is Heroic Alopecia Foundation. You can see pictures of Jasmine looking nice with tattoos on the head. And trust me, you mentioned something. If a person is going to like you, the person is going to like you.
True.
Do you understand? Even
Yeah.
if you have a full of head of hair, there are people who wouldn't like you either ways.
Yeah. True.
So Jasmine is doing something great, even with this condition. There is the tattooing, and what we do in our clinic, like I mentioned earlier, is the microscope pigmentation. You can also check that out on our page. If it's something interesting, why not? You can let your members know if they're interested. We're definitely ready to
So
help.
I'll be referring people
And
to you.
Jasmine,
We'll be
that's not a
referring
problem.
people. No, we'll be referring people
It's
to
not a
you.
problem.
You don't just know they are from us.
Please. Okay,
Yeah, who
okay,
did that
okay. Oh, that's
yesterday?
good. But it's
Yeah,
nice
who
to
did that
know
yesterday?
that they are from you.
Okay.
Yeah. So once again, everybody listening right now, I'm Dr. Tunde from Vinci Hair Clinic, and I'm speaking right here with Jasmine. She is the founder of the Heroic Alopecia Foundation, and we've been talking about alopecia areata. What can we do about? Is it a death sentence? And we have told everyone it's not a death sentence. All right, you can still live a full life even with this condition. You can have the
Mm-hmm.
microscopic pigmentation, or you can visit Jasmine. They have special and wonderful tattoos for the hair. I mean, pick your style. All right. Alopecia is not a death sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, I mean, it's been wonderful chatting with you, Jasmine.
Same
And
here.
yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to take much of your time. It's a Friday evening. I know how the week has been. So
Yeah.
I'm going to let you go now. And I want to say thank you once again for having this time with us. And I'm
Thank
sure everyone
you.
listening right now appreciate it. So check out Jasmine on Heroic Alopecia Foundation. She's on Instagram. I know she has a page on Facebook as well. If you have a friend that has alopecia, it's not a death sentence. All right. So I'll let you go now, Jasmine. Thank you. I appreciate it, and do have a nice evening and a wonderful weekend. Okay.
I wish you so. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me. Bye.
All right, Jasmine. Bye, Jasmine. Wow, that was Jasmine. And someone is asking, I'm just going to answer, do we go to Ghana regularly? We have a clinic in Accra. Yeah, you can check. We have a page also, Vinci Hair Ghana. You can go check it on Instagram, and you can see the address there. If you have issues with your hair, you need a consultation, you can easily just send a DM to that Instagram page. There are numbers there as well that you can reach us on. So send us a WhatsApp chat, and client services will definitely respond to you. Wow, I can see Salva is here. That is the CEO of Vinci Hair Clinic. Hi, Salva. Nice having you here as well. And I saw somewhere the Ayo Tubanjo was also here. Ayo Tubanjo is the CEO of the Africa Vinci Hair Clinics. So thank you all for having us on the Friday. Now it's time for you to go and relax, go and chill, go and have a wonderful Friday. And like my friend Mark Duff will always say, cheers to the weekend. All right? And God bless. We will see you another time. All right. Bye.